to try a little experiment with fermenting the chicken's feed to work on cutting that feed bill down a little bit. We have been buying organic feed now for quite a while, and our feed bill is a little ridiculous. Things are starting to cover a little bit better since we have gotten back into spring and the eggs are coming more frequently. We're able to sell some, but it's just not, it is not getting it. So we need to cut costs somewhere. We've already started growing them microgreens. We're also growing sunflowers, and we're going to harvest those seeds and put that towards their feed as well. But you know, that's a long turnover as far as the sunflowers are concerned. Of course, they eat the organic produce that we grow. Ones that are not suitable for market or human consumption, we'll just throw out to them. And sometimes we'll just give them extra. They're really spoiled. So what I've done here is I have 3 buckets. I'm going to do a day 1, day 2, and day 3 bucket. And since I'm just starting the process, what I've done is taken about half of what they eat on a daily basis and put in each one of these buckets, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to just cover this first bucket here with water, and I'm going to put the lid on it. And then tomorrow, well, today, this evening, before we go to bed, I'll come out and give it a stir, or send somebody out to give it a stir. And then tomorrow, we'll check it. So a 24-hour cycle will allow, and I'll see how many bubbles are in there, how much fermentation has happened. If I see a lot of bubbles, I may go ahead and give that to them day 1. If not, I may let it go another cycle for 48 hours to ferment. But whether I do give it to them tomorrow or not, I will go ahead and put water into this next bucket tomorrow, and then the next day after that, put water into this bucket, so that once they eat this one, there'll be another one ready in the cycle. So I'm going to try to remember to come out and stir at least twice a day, and hopefully they will eat it. Our chickens are, they're bougie. I don't have any other word for them. They will turn their nose up at stuff that most chickens will tear up, and they've just been spoiled. That's our fault. So what we're doing is just trying to work within what they like, because we want to keep the girls happy, especially with them laying. And we also have one that's broody right now. She's brooding about 6 eggs, and we're good with that. At first I was like, no, I need the eggs. But then I figured, you know, for our farm sustainability, our first flock is probably on its last year of laying pretty regularly. So we'll need to have somebody coming up ready to fill those slots. So this is how we sustain ourselves and not have to go out and buy chicks, and just let our girls do what they naturally do. And the cool thing about it is, this time of the year especially, they don't really need a whole lot of help. Just set them aside from everybody else and they can do their thing. I'll take you up there and show you Shrillix in a few. But anyway, I'm going to get the water in this. I have to say that one of my concerns about doing this, and as I've researched online, I haven't really found a whole lot, is how does fermented food affect the quality of the eggs? Our eggs are really, really golden yellow. I just get such a kick out of cracking the egg open in the morning or whenever, because I eat eggs 24/7. And just seeing that golden yellow, it just does me so good. So I'm just gonna go just a tad bit above it with the water. I think that's good. And now I'm just gonna give it a stir. Boy, that just looks yummy. Alright, so I'm going to put the lid on it, And the lid is just really to keep the bugs out. I'm just laying it on top. I'm not gonna like tighten it or anything. Because as fermentation happens, you get the bubbles and then the gas releases, and so you need that air to be able to escape. So I'm gonna lay the lid on loosely, and don't worry, we're gonna bring you along every step of the journey. This is gonna be something I'm gonna be filming probably for at least the next 3 days, so you can see the reaction that the chickens have to it. You can see the bubbling process, the stirring, the whole 9 yards. Stay tuned. Alright, let's see what it's looking like in here. Ooh. Oh yeah, we got bubbles, and we definitely have that fermenting smell. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stir this. Sorry. Alright, I think I'm gonna let that go for another day. But you see the bubbles. That means what we want to happen is happening. So I'm gonna let it at least go till this afternoon. When I come to stir it this afternoon, I'll see what it looks like. But that does mean that we need to go ahead and get our next batch started. So I'm gonna do that as well. Well, I'm gonna have both hands open. Oh, it's gonna be hot today. It is 7 something in the morning, and when I came out of the door, like, I was hot already. Just humid. Just a stir. And then this time, we're not going to put that lid on tightly. We're just going to lay it on, just like we did this one over here. So we have day 1, day 2. All right, so day 3 is here. Looks like we'll be doing that one tomorrow. Okay, so it is about 1 o'clock, a little bit later in the day, and I feel like I might have put too much water. I'm gonna let it go for the rest of the day. They're gonna be mad at me for this because they're used to eating early. Somebody may even like break out. And this is the one we started this morning. I'm gonna stir it too. There we go. That's better. I thought it was a little bit too much water in there, so I'm just gonna drain some of the water out. Oh Lord!
Well, there's all that water.
Doggone it. So guys, I can't do this and hold the camera at the same time. So you're just gonna have to imagine.
I can't hold the camera.
You have that on. It's okay. Here we go. We got the 3 ready. 1, 2, and 3 for the different flocks and their sizes. And now we're gonna get them up there and get them delivered and see how they respond. Let's go. Right here.
Back. You got some? What the world am I gonna sound? Sit down there. Go. Look at him losing his mind.
Come on out the way, Brian, so I can see.
He sure is making a sound. He like, finally. Gotta move cloth back. Look at him get at it. Look at Goldie's fat butt.
Hey, they getting at it. I think they like it. Look at Kong. Like, hey, yo. Brian, go get theirs. Go get Kong's crew. We'll do them next. Oh, y'all like it?
I just think it's gonna be hungry, honestly.
I gotta clean out those water bottles. Okay.
Where Mama at? Oh, she's in my
That's good. I'm so happy. Come and eat, Shrillix.
You know she ain't letting them eggs go for nothing.
So they seem to be happy with it. Now they're not the pickiest crew either. The pickiest crew that we have is Oogly's crew, and I do not know why. All right, Noisy, slow down, girl.
Got all over her mouth.
Oh my gosh, it is so cute. Marty, get off the pan, baby. You gonna flip it. Oh, if you flip it, it's gonna be over.
That's the only thing. It's not dry, so it's not easy to pick up off the ground.
Uh-huh. Okay, so this is good. This is good. Look, see Kong and his crew over there like, hey, can we get some of that? Can we get some of that? Can we dabble in them snacks? Okay. All right, let me close this up. Bring it all the way in and put it up under the tarp.
Back.
Uh-oh. Kong, come on now.
She looking rough, though.
Come on, Brian.
But you know, that's his prime time, though. Ain't nobody paying attention.
Yeah, he knows it too.
Where your tail son is at?
You don't gotta call them, they coming. Right here on this side, a little bit closer to me. There you go, that's good.
Wait, where'd the other two at?
Wait,
Oh, well, other one, actually.
is Gracie? Oh, she's brooding. Brownie, get out of it.
What? She said, Brian said the bullshit.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay. Kong, he looking a little confused.
He is a little confused.
He was a little confused for a second about what he
He's trying to figure out if he like it or not. Girl, get out the box. You gonna get your foot pet.
All right.
Our Goldie, chill.
Okay, so what it is they are eating half of what they will normally eat. It's just fermented, so they're getting more probiotics, and the food just goes a little bit further doing it that way. So yeah, this is good. As the season progresses, in addition to that, we'll have more sunflower seeds to be able to give them and things like that to supplement even this. So that'll even help the feed bill go down even more. So really exciting. See, they're always weird. They're just close it.
They're so picky over there.
I don't know what the deal is with this crew.
They don't learn to eat.
Nobody's tried it yet.
You go by himself. What, man?
Come on, Blue. Show everybody what to do. There we go. Oh, that was good. Okay.
What's wrong, Uber?
He looking for somewhere to scratch. I'm gonna go back to bed. He like, nah. I'm hungry though.
There we go. There we go.
I gotta do something.
There we go.
Oh, excuse me.
Go ahead.
Oh, I have to go by.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get something.
I don't know why you bougie, because you used to eat nothing.
And Mr. Rooster here, Mr. Oogly, hasn't tried it yet. You're supposed to be telling the girls where the food's at, and they're having to tell you. Too late. They already know. Oh, is it good? Yeah? Okay. So you guys see what I'm talking about when I say this crew is pretty, like, bougie, skeptical? I don't know. Maybe it's not bougie. Maybe it's just, like, I don't trust anything. I don't know what the deal is with that, but they are super, like, not quick to just jump on the food.
Just wipe her in the face.
Good deal, good deal, good deal. So, what I mentioned earlier is that I'm concerned about how this will affect the egg laying. This crew isn't laying yet, so not really concerned about them. I was more concerned about them eating it, period. But now that they are, I feel good. But the other two crews, there's a concern about whether or not it will affect their eggs and how it will it do so in a good way. Right now we have beautiful gold colored eggs, and I'm hoping that this would just enhance that rather than it go in the other direction. So stay tuned and we'll let you know how that goes. Okay, real quick, I just wanted to give you an update on our, oops, there's nothing in there. Let's see. This is the one. I got confused which day we were on. What's going on with the feed is we were doing approximately, let's see, 4, 8, 10 cups per day between our, hey buddy, between our 3 flocks. About 8 cups per day, and now we are down to half that. So now what I do, since the routine that we've been doing, we switched their feeding from morning to evening. They weren't happy about that, so we'll generally get them something from the yard, some lettuce or something that's gone to seed, something that's growing that's safe for them to have, and we'll give that to them in the mornings. And then in the evenings, their food is ready, nice and fermented and ready to go. I had to come in. It was a little bright and hot outside. So egg production. So it is hard to know exactly, considering when we started this, the time of the year that it is. Our egg production has picked up, but it was already picking up because of it being spring, coming into summer. It's when our chickens are the most productive, our layers. So it's really hard to know if it was from the process of fermenting the feed, or if it was just something that was going to happen naturally. My biggest concern also was the quality of the eggs. I'm trying not to use many of them right now, but I did use, because we had so many from earlier before we started the fermenting that needed to be used. But I did crack a few just to check the quality, make sure the flavor and everything was still good, and nothing has changed. They're still beautiful, golden yellow color, just what you expect when you crack open a farm fresh egg. Egg quality is great. Egg production is great. So this is definitely something we're going to continue. And because by now we're about halfway through the month, and we would have spent about $50, close to $60 worth of feed already, and we have not. So I went ahead and bought, I usually buy my bags for the whole month at the beginning of the month, and we would be very close to getting low right now, but we're not even halfway through our supply. So we're not even close to halfway through the supply. So this is exactly what I needed to help the budget out and to be able to feed them organically without having to step back the quality of the feed because of the expense. So really happy to have this under our belt. The cons to this process is it does take planning. You can't skip a day of fermenting the food. It's just, you have to stay on top of it. So as soon as you've fed them, you have to really be planning to have the next batch, or the next batch should already be fermenting. You need to start the batch for the day after, next day after. So if it's Monday and I'm feeding them, let me get this to you right. If it's Monday and I'm feeding them, Tuesday feed should already be fermenting. And on Monday when I feed them, I need to start Wednesday's feed. So it's a constant cycle out to make sure that there is always something going to be ready for them on time. So that's the only thing. It does take a little forethought, a few supplies, a bucket. At first I was straining it out. I think I showed you that in the video. But now I've just reduced the water just a smidge so that it's not so sloppy. It's a little thicker by the time it's done. And I can tell that they actually appreciate that too, especially that it's been so hot lately. So yay, win-win. So that is our journey when it comes to fermenting chicken feed. If you got any tips and tricks that you've used when it comes to fermenting chicken feed, please feel free to share those in the comments. We are still learning and still growing, and we are not beyond taking advice. So please do share. This is Sheena. Please make sure you subscribe and share this content with someone who will appreciate it. Have a good one.